All righty. And with me tonight is Rob Zilla.
Good evening.
And of course, we have the real Dr. Venkman.
Yes, the real one, not the fake one.
All righty. Not that fake guy who, no, I'm not going to go there. That was really bad anyway.
Dr. Venkman team?
Yes. Anywho.
We got Rambo team tonight.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I am so jazzed for this movie. And I love these shows because basically we hang out, we watch a cool movie, we comment on it, little factoids, little memories about when we saw it the first time. By all means, if you guys we're going to be watching Rambo from 2008, the most violent movie in this franchise. It's tons of fun. If you guys have a copy of it, by all means, find a copy of it. If you don't, right now, we're all sitting at the 51-minute mark. It's
second mark.
Say again.
51-second mark, sir.
51 second, yeah, the 51 second.
If you're on a Voodoo,
yeah. We're starting at the end this time. No, we're and if you're on Voodoo, it's at how long?
1 minute and 1 second in.
All righty, and I'm jazzed for this, man. What do you think about this movie, Rob?
I saw it when it came out in the theater, and I had some reservations about it. But I tell you, I think this is like right after one of his facelifts and all that too, and he was really old. But between this and the Rocky movie he had roughly around the same time period, I went, damn, this guy still got it, because he had a lull period for a while. So I came out of this movie pumped. I was like, wow, this is sick. This guy really nailed it.
That's something, because during that lull period that you mentioned, he did one of your favorite Sylvester Stallone movies and one of my favorite Sylvester Stallone movies, Copland for me and Get Carter for you.
Get Carter is considered a piece of crap by just about everybody. I don't really care. I love it.
Yeah. And I've heard similar things about Copland. It's like over the top. It's very schmaltzy, that kind of thing. But I think he nailed his role.
Yes,
I'll agree with you. For Get Carter, I mean, it's basically like watching Above the Law.
But so anyway,
that's Doctor's trying to floor us tonight with haymakers. I give him credit for that.
I know.
Earlier, now he's sitting there on haymakers.
But this film, you're right. I saw Rocky, and it was my favorite film of that year. I will hold this. It's an incredible film. Sylvester Stallone once again showed people that he's an actor, that he's not just an action movie star. And this comes out, and I was like you. I thought, okay, he's going back to the well. He went back to the Rocky well. He went back to the Rambo well. He's desperate. And usually desperation does not make good movies. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, my Lord in heaven.
Yes, Ed Brewer at the map with Burma.
Yes.
Yeah,
right when it first appeared.
Version, which would be, was it 139.15? That will probably show around the 51 second mark. And if you're doing the Voodoo alternative method, allegedly, I believe Doctor said 101.
Yep.
1 minute, 1 second.
Ours is 1 hour, 39 minutes, 16 seconds long.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was an incredibly violent film. It seemed to want to go the opposite direction of what Rambos were going in, because he became a superhero. Nobody really got hurt. Some people died, but it was very clean. It was they were very clean action films, and it was almost like cartoon violence. And I feel in this film, he wanted to go for realistic violence.
It's gritty, it's gutty, it's down and dirty, disgusting, and awesome.
You know what? You forgot one word there, Rob, and I'm going to add this to it. It was wet. That the violence in this movie is very wet. Just blood and all sorts of stuff.
I mean, it's been a while since I watched Rambo 3, but the first two, he didn't use a knife much. We didn't never kill anybody with a knife, as I saw. So this is like him actually getting to use a knife, and he's actually using it.
Well, there you go. All righty. Anything else you want to add before we get this party started?
Let's do it.
All righty.
I'm coming for you. Doctor, I'm going to hurt you real bad.
Do it now.
All right. Just one more time, guys. If you're on Voodoo, you're at the what time?
The 101.
All righty. And if you're on the extended version, as we have, It is 51 seconds. Ready? 1, 2, 3, start.
So you're seeing scenes of
Violence in Burma.
violence going on in Burma. And Burma, legitimately, most people will say, by the CIA World Factbook and everywhere else, that Burma is perhaps the worst place on the planet. There has to be a place that would be it. And a lot of people say it's that. Nobody really knows about Burma too much. But right off the bat with these pictures, this is, I believe, all live, real footage. It's disgusting. And this, you're like, this is not the Rambo where Murdoch, I'm coming for you. And it's fun and it's Americanized by no way. So Stallone did a great job of just hooking you in immediately. I don't know if kids could watch a movie like this today without freaking.
And the thing is that this is actually what's going on in Burma. They actually are going around killing Christians and all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
yeah. There was a terrorist attack in Thailand because of that last year.
They do them a lot during the Christian holidays over there too. Not just the Buddhists, but the Catholics and whatnot.
One guy got almost right up to the royal palace.
Okay, 2-minute mark exactly. We're seeing some mountains, skylines, switching over to like probably a stream. Sylvester Stallone's name just popped on.
Oh.
Man, I see this.
See, mine's different. You got the military guys, the jeeps getting out.
I see this kind of thing. It makes me want to go back to Thailand. It's such a beautiful place.
Yeah, but not when you have to hunt snakes like he's doing.
No. I'm not big into the snake hunting. No. But they actually make a living. Of course, my dad did that here with Gatorland. He would actually hunt snakes, and then he would sell it to Gatorland.
Yeah, the scene I'm at right now, the guy's throwing grenades into the swamp marsh, and he's basically they're going to make the people run.
Dude, you might want to put a pause on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're commenting on something that's a bit of ways for us.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't have the extended cut. Mine goes straight to the action.
Well, this, if I recall, is what they showed in the movie theaters here too. So right now he's putting the Cobra, get it, Cobra. He's putting the Cobra in the bag. When the Cobra's going downstream now, just over the 3-minute mark. He's got 2 people with him.
If you've ever seen these Cobra handlers, there's some footage on YouTube and such. They are like in the world of don't give a crap.
Well, hand fishing was something people used to do down here in the South a little bit. I never really got into all that, but yeah, you go up a river like that, look for the little, areas around the roots of trees and bushes and stuff like that. And especially at night, you could feel them and just reach in there, grab them real quick. But that's old school.
So what's happening yours right now?
Right now, Rambo's walking up to a fishing boat with a couple of people he's working on with a bag full of snakes. He's just entered it. Liz Wolfe, costume designer, just showed up. This right now is the exactly 4-minute mark for us. And now it transitioned to a dusk scene where he's going up river.
He's on river and they're taunting each other with a Cobra.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yours is completely different. Mine.
Anyombai. It means you're dumb as hell. Put that away.
Yeah.
I was curious to see if Stallone would be able to, how well he'd be able to get back into the Rambo, not physique, but the character. But he was able to do it. It's amazing when you own something like that, how you can get back into it.
The one thing that I would say about the language here, he's okay with it, but it's Dunyam Bai. You have to put a B and a P together.
And he had gotten pot for HGH going through Australia on a flyover. I think when this movie was made, I think it was this movie, which frankly doesn't bother me at all. The guy's a workout fanatic. But man, he is jacked in here. He knows how to work his body. He just gave some kids a fish. The Weinsteins produced it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, some people forget that in all that harassment, he actually did produce a few good films.
Yeah.
Okay. what mark you on? Because I'm on. I changed to the extended.
We are almost at the 6-minute mark. He's banking the boat. He's walking out of it. So right at the end of my sentence, we were at the 6-minute mark exactly. Written by Art and Sylvester, you see on screen.
All right.
I like to get the trivia and the goofs up here.
May Slot, Thailand, it just popped up on mine. The guy's singing.
You're a couple seconds ahead of us.
Oh,
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, because the other one is totally different from yours.
There are better ways to make a living than wrestling cobras.
So I have subtitles. Give them the bag.
Yep.
We need another python. See what you can do. Fuck off. That's a great line. We have too much cobra. We need python, okay? Fuck off, okay.
Yeah.
Now, since Stallone directed it, he had a vision of what he wanted this to be, and we already know it's gritty. And it's interesting because so much time has passed, you really don't know how he filled it in. So I don't know that it gets answered in here too much.
One thing I did notice when the white guys meet the guy who runs this little cobra wrestling thing, when they walk up, they why, but it's a very American why. It's almost half-assed. And the guy repeats that kind of thing back to him, showing that it's polite, but there's no respect between the two people.
Yeah, this guy's already a douchebag to his tone of voice.
Yeah, they asked, we need to get forever. Can you do that? That poor mouse.
He's nice, such a snob, this guy.
That's the character he always plays.
Yeah.
Great line. You're bringing weapons? You ain't changing anything. So this is not a happy Rambo. He's already told everybody to go F off in those words.
See, the wife's actually the smart one in the whole group. At least it appears that way.
Send the pretty girl.
Well, I think he's not going to get wild because she's pretty. She's just going to deliver the message in a different manner than dude bro.
Well, of course. No, you get to a certain age, you get past that. It's like, I've seen it before, dude. You got to come up with something better.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I get a little bit of like, I enjoy the show, but it's time for you to shut up now, young lady.
There's Mr. Douchebag watch behind.
I will point out this. They got a scar wrong.
I was going to say,
his scar should start at the corner of the eye. Remember, he cut it, but now it's kind of more diagonalish and starts too high. They got his scar wrong.
I think your first 9 minutes or the extended is in the very beginning, because where you're going with now, you're going to come out to the next scene with the soldiers. Mine went straight from that, from the wartime footage. So, as I said, he's throwing the grenades.
Yeah, I don't remember if it's Russia or where they get their arms from and all this stuff. But yeah, he's throwing bombs in the fields now. Yep.
Oh, no, there's mines in those fields.
Oh, yeah. So they know where to run. And yeah, this is sick. Man, this is typical. This is like bad guy. You don't see this much in movies.
Yeah.
No, you
Yeah.
don't.
Oh,
This is pure evil. There's no middle ground on this.
I know.
and you know they're not going to let him win. They just give him enough hope.
And like the point to that was just to see people die.
Well, he's showing the horrors, and that's why he doesn't want to go up there.
Mhm.
Boom. More like bang.
Whammy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this chick, she's hot, but she's got that entitled snowflake kind of the bigger picture thing that all of them have, which is just a front anyway. I mean, it's just really disgusting. He's already prepping because he knows what's going to happen.
And the thing is, it gives the rest of the missionaries a bad.
It's Julie Benz, and this is the same kind of thing you see. Like earlier in the week, there was this couple that got arrested in Iran because they brought a drone. They wanted to film Iran and show people how beautiful it was, and that it's not the not the dictatorial crap hole that everybody's saying it is.
Ignorant of their laws.
And then, of course, they find out it's the dictatorial crap hole that everybody says it is. And then there was one couple that was biking around the world and went into the dangerous Muslim countries that were supposed to show that, hey, everybody loves everybody. And they ended up getting killed.
Yep. I mean, Julie Benz is hot though, man.
Yeah, she's a cutie.
She was on Defiance.
No.
And I like how too the one thing about John Rambo, the characters, he's kind of still neutral in the sense like he was in the other films. He just was doing something. So here he's saying F the world, but he's no reasons. He just wants to find peace for what time he has left on it.
So I'm not sure what happened to him after number 3, but he's basically just sick of war now.
Yeah.
Well, he probably just went to Thailand, lived by himself. I mean, he was already there anyway because of the.
This is kind of what Chuck Norris did in one of his movies.
Yeah.
Force Vengeance.
And we're seeing the evil not with the guys with a big speech or talking a lot or anything, or they look ugly or they're scarred or disfigured. It's, hey, this is what I do. Boom.
There's always a bad guy smoking a cigarette. You know that? There you go.
Yeah, that's not a lot of fun, that guy. I will feed you your intestines if you go against me. Which I always wondered why somebody who didn't want to be in that particular army just didn't take a shot. They give you a gun. Okay, bam.
And they give you this scene right here where he gets the propeller to make him show up his muscles.
Except for they know that as soon as they get rid of this one little dictator, another little dictator is going to pop up in his place.
Like Hydra.
Yep. Very much like Hydra.
Yeah, you know you're standing out here in the rain. Sorry. I couldn't resist.
There's actually flooding going on right now. A friend of mine was showing me pictures, and sometimes even their houses flood. And I get these pictures and videos of people having fun in their houses filled with water.
I guess. Like soggy old couches.
Oh no, it's a lot different. A lot of times they're like the downstairs, kind of like a garage area.
Oh, so they put all their furniture upstairs,
and all the sleeping quarters are on the top. Yeah, and they're
so they're used to it.
Their lay around is more kind of wickerish.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if you're rich, of course, you could build a house that can help stop that kind of thing, or you're not living in that particular area.
Okay. Kirsten Dunst looks better in the rain. Edward Brewer.
Yep. That's something. I forgot he said that line. Peace is unnatural. Killing each other is natural.
Well, just explain things in a humanistic, real world term. Free of identity politics that people don't want to hear, especially when they're idealists like this chick who's, again, the guy's annoying, she's irritating, but they have a mission that they believe in.
So
Insightful.
Rambo's knife here, he actually forged himself. As a matter of fact, he actually forges it himself on screen. That's him actually making his knife.
Cool.
I'm marking out over his friggin' traps there. I mean, he's looking jacked.
I know. Those are the roids, man.
It's a decent exchange. She seems sincere.
I wonder, because now he's going to look much older now in the new Rambo. If they're going to actually do a time lapse where he's been there for a couple of years, or if they're going to continue.
Stallone's smart enough to get that figured out. I mean, he nailed it in this movie, and he's still nailing it, today. So I think they'll cover all that. But,
does he still got the dress, the bandana from the girl?
oh, I don't know.
It looks like it, doesn't it?
So
oh, I'm an asshole because the guy didn't pay me.
He's what people today would be called a beta orbiter.
well, actually, that's the whole thing. He wants to be the alpha. He wants to be in charge, but he's standing right next to Rambo, who is obviously
the man.
The man, yeah.
Yeah. Very long time.
Not Rambo, but John.
John.
Too bad the Colonel's on this.
And that's where he's going to end up. A nice plant.
Right. This is where you get all of your the exposition. She's going to ask all the questions you need to know about this guy.
Well, I think he set it up for another film, potentially. Plus, it fills up the minute or two coming up here so they get to their secret location.
Mm-hmm. So here's interesting. You remember he says, if you ask the Karen rebels for help, I'll feed you your intestines. Muang Mong Kin actually fought for the Karen rebels before he took this role. And thought his family may be killed if he did.
Ed's asking a channel as we just passed the 22:20 mark going up the river. Wasn't she Dexter's wife? I don't think so. She was?
No, she was. That's actually how she got the job. Sylvester Stallone was a fan of Dexter, saw her in it, and he cast her in this.
Really? Is that the right timeline?
Yep.
Because she was fantastic at Dexter. Dexter had some good bad guys and some
because right after Dexter, she went to the sci-fi show Defiance.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I actually liked Tom Hanks' kid. He played one of the villains. He was really creepy. Very good job by him.
All right, it's at night. You got lights on the boat. We are exactly right now at the 23-minute mark.
I'm like 6 seconds ahead of you.
Now, if I was sleeping on that boat, I would definitely want to lay down, get low, just in case, you know?
You gotta watch out for pirates, too.
Yeah, he turned off everything, turned off the sound.
And the look of fear on Rambo's face here is pretty good too. He's got concern. You know, he's not just dead soul here. He's going, oh shit, this is not good.
Well, he doesn't have any guns.
Well, it's telling us, like I said before, this isn't the superhero Rambo. This is a realistic Rambo. This is a guy who knows that people can die. This is First Blood Rambo, not Rambo 2 and 3 Rambo.
Right.
This is the soldier who's been injured and has seen people in his life die. And he told everybody, you got to be quiet as we pass by the pirates. And
she puts the hat on, which is smart, so her femininity doesn't show out as much. So they might not be, they'll be less inclined to take her.
Yep.
Well, one thing also they should have done is brought an Asian person along with them.
I respect you. We want what you have on the shit boat.
This guy's dead.
Yep. Here we go.
Yeah, he's assessing it, checking out everything.
He's checking who's gonna die first. Yeah.
Watch as a blood splatter.
Damn.
That head exploded. It's like Jesus. Yeah. And it didn't go overboard. Like it was not excessive.
Well,
it was just
that's
enough.
gonna happen.
Yes.
But yeah, right here it's just. I would be with the "Let's Go Back" crowd.
Right?
Seriously.
Well,
actually, I would be with
in that group.
I would be the one who says, "Yeah, on second thought, let's go see the beaches in Phuket or Pattaya or something like that."
You know, woman in Wales.
Trust me, the street food is much better in Thailand or Laos than it is in Burma. Go on back. You want to help some people go to Cambodia, teach some monks some English. There's no need to go into Burma.
All right.
This movie right now is just past the 28-minute mark. It's moving along pretty well. Not a lot of filler. It's hitting all the points it needs to. That's the one thing about Stallone. He gets really tight with these kinds of things. It's not a fast-paced movie, but I wouldn't say it's slow. Not like the second movie that we did last week where there's chunks of it that nothing happened until the end.
No, this gets violent pretty fast.
Well, and this film is beautiful. It's gorgeous.
It really is. One of the things about the other two, once again, they were cartoons, and I like them. I like them, but they are cartoons compared to this. But this is giving you just enough to carry you to the next piece. And he understands something that I guess the directors didn't in the second and third, or even he forgot, is that you got to care about the characters.
Taking life is never right. That cucked.
Yeah, these guys are just full of shit.
You should have let him rape my wife.
Well, they're not married.
No, he could pull that.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
I remember them being husband and wife.
They certainly don't have the chemistry if that's the way it's being presented. I think Stallone's better at it than that. Maybe they are, but I don't think so.
When we see her hand, if she has a ring or not.
So she's walking away. The guy's got his backpack. Shot of Rambo on the boat, watching them leave. And we are now exactly at the 30-minute mark.
All right. I pause so you guys can catch up. Listen to Rambo. He knows better.
Yeah, he's 62 here in this film. I know he's like 72 or 73 now. He's had some workout videos. The guy's he's an animal. I mean, he's very inspirational when it comes to that. Just working hard on your body and your diet and everything too. And the music's good, but it's not overstated like in the first one where you're like, man, the music really makes this movie. It's just good enough. But wow, just see shots like this, it just looks so realistic as opposed to some of the goofball sets we would see before.
Oh, there he goes. Here's a 50 cal.
Yep.
Yeah.
He sees it. He's like, Should go back.
And I do like how they actually show the group
Wow,
here, so
that
it's
is
not
so
completely
nice.
on Rambo the whole time. You actually show about these characters because they do matter for what's going on in this film.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he keeps it.
These are the music got really
It changed.
He's-
Yeah.
changed, yeah. Dun 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 dun.
Yep.
It's you're right. There is sort of an orange hue to everything though when you're looking at all.
Yeah, like
he's
a
burning
yellow
the,
orange lens or film. Yeah.
Oh man.
he's burning the pirate ship. Doesn't want anybody to find the dead pirates.
Yep.
Except,
Oh, come on.
yeah, you take the gun.
Exactly, as I said. You're gonna need it.
Obviously traumatized about the fact that he had to kill again.
Yes. You think you keep like some of the fuel?
So you can assume that Rambo has been living kind of a pacifist life.
Dude, he threw his knife in there too?
Yep.
Yep.
That was dumb.
If it's bothered him that much that he went back to he went back to killing, then he must have been living somewhat of a pacifist life, just not getting involved. Remember, in the third one, we saw him in the pit. He was fighting.
Yep.
And that's how that one began. But this one, yeah.
This reminds me of African Queen, where they're teaching them, but they don't understand what the heck they're saying.
Well, that's why he's got the translator right next to him.
Does he have one? Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, there are Christians. There are definitely Christians.
Yeah,
there.
but I mean, I'm just saying where they're going. I wonder how many of them actually speak English.
There'll be one or two in each village at least.
Yeah, mostly they're Buddhists. So I was actually surprised whenever I ran into a Christian there. Because of it was December. People wanted me to celebrate Christmas with them. And one did ask if I would dress like Santa Claus, but I never did. Fat white guy, small village in Thailand. Why not, right?
Yeah, and I don't think these are CGI or impractical effects.
Yeah. No, I think those are actually real explosives. Obviously, they're not shooting them, but they're setting them off by pyrotechnics.
Yeah, like when I saw a couple scenes like that of body parts, I'm like, holy crap, this thing, like, it's just amazingly in such a disgusting way. I was floored. I'd never seen anything like this. And I've seen a lot of graphic movies.
I have to turn it down because literally I can't hear you over the explosion.
I know, right? I am.
It just, but it's horrific. It's not the kind of rah-rah violence. Obviously, it's the bad guys coming in to kill the good guys. Or in this case, just children. And I mean, it's just...
They're killing all of them. They don't care if the kids are...
This is just absolutely the cruelty of man on man.
His legs are gone.
Yep.
Oh.
Ooh, broken neck.
I just don't understand this. Like, why killing? What's the point of this?
Because then the next village won't. do what they were doing. They were looking to Christ. They were fine. Dictators need to get rid of. If you have religion, if you believe in the religion, you don't believe in them.
Yeah.
If you believe in God, they are not God to you. You see this a lot in dictatorships, communism, whole 9 yards. They have to get rid of everything you believe in. They have to make sure that you do nothing but fear them.
Kid 2 got shot. Both.
Yep.
Ugh. I mean,
at this point,
stunt
I
there.
would lay down in a puddle of blood because running ain't helping.
These people are fight or flight. They're basically just scared.
But she's worth money.
She's American.
Blonde hair, blue-eyed American girl.
They're not going to get any money for her. They're going to keep her all to themselves.
I know
that too, but yeah, she would be worth money. No, that guy is never the dictator guy is never not smoking.
I know. He's chain smoking.
So the director of First Blood is a technical consultant on this one. And I wonder if that helped out with the look, because this one resembles First Blood far more than it does the sequels.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, so for those listening right now, we're exactly at the 38-minute mark. Rambo's got pictures of her in mind. He's holding the cross or whatever she gave him. He's looking around. SPDC Light Infantry Battalion 360.
You know, one thing I find funny, and you know, I talk to my dad a lot about the Vietnam War. He tells stories all the time. My dad is a whack job far left liberal. And had the war not happened, I would not have doubt he would have been a hippie. And he says, well, I went to war and I found out the one thing I'm good at is war. So he actually has this same kind of feeling that Rambo had.
You get good at it.
Yeah, well, he was very good. Okay, well, if I were the enemy, how would I kill me? And he would look at his environment and he would figure it out. And he was very good at killing them because he knew how they were going to come at him.
Nope.
And he told me quite a few stories where he would just come up with a hunch, and it would be like, okay, I want everybody to, on my count, to just, they would pepper a certain area with grenades, and then that would chase people out of the bush, in which case they did what they did, you know, and take them out.
Well, see, that guy looked at him. Oh, you're going to make an example of him.
Reminds me of that scene of Ron Burgundy where the kid comes in and he's wearing a little mini suit. It's like no eye contact.
A little bit of a remembrance. If you don't remember the last two movies, here's a little catch up.
Which is great. I love this. Ash vs. the Evil Dead did this on Stars.
Yes.
Well, one of the things I think would have been, or would make for a very good Rambo film, is if they treated him almost like they did Jason. You know, you don't have to treat him like the bad guy or anything, but he becomes a complete killing machine. And if you see it a little bit from the perspective of the bad guys. John Rambo is a real dude. He's a filmmaker. The White Shadow.
Is that from Turbo?
White Shadow was a basketball thing.
Yeah.
Well, that was a reference. I don't know if that's what Ed means.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was a TV show about a basketball player.
Was that Gabe Kaplan in there too?
Not was he in that one?
No, in the movie Turbo, there's a slug. He tried to keep the fate. She'd always try to go to back and hide. Be like, White Shadow. I love how this, like, it's a throwback. How this guy he appears and you don't see his face, but he almost looks like the Colonel.
So this is the first Rambo movie directed by Sylvester Stallone.
There's a knife scene.
Yeah, this is him really forging his knife.
He must be one of his hobbies doing blacksmithing.
They had to. They had a short time to do this, so he didn't cool it properly, and he says he was burning his hands.
So he's making a machete, or is he gonna try to make that one he had from the first one when he threw away? Can't remember.
So, not surprisingly, the Burmese government banned this movie.
Oh yeah.
The Karen freedom fighters said the movie gave them a boost of morale. And they've adopted dialogue from the movie, most notably "Live for nothing or die for something" as a rallying cry. So there you go. Sylvester Stallone is inspiring revolutionaries.
We are at the 44-minute mark.
And we're meeting the mercenaries that Rambo is going to go save people with.
Yeah, I don't see them lasting. It's like Aliens. Like 20 go in and like one person comes out.
Oh, and doesn't this guy try to be a dick who thinks he's the alpha too?
Oh, the English guy. Yeah, this guy.
Yeah.
It's you, Joe.
By the way,
I'm not realistic because I just got done power watching last year. The show he was in.
Walking Dead?
No, Cho. You know, with the Count of Monte Cristo guy in there. Point of person of interest.
Oh yeah.
Or no, not that. I'm so sorry. No, it's the one. It's the Mentalist. He's showing it.
Person of interest is also good too. If anyone's watched that, go back and watch it.
Yeah.
By the way, I've met this English guy. I was with a girlfriend in Thailand, and she wanted to go visit her friend. She was married to a Russian dude who had an English friend, and they were talking about, well, we need to bring this business here. We need to bring that business here. I'm like, why would you come to Thailand and just turn it into the place you left? She says, well, I love England. I hate the weather. So they just wanted to bring everything they know to Thailand and just enjoy the weather. I was like, wow, I don't know. I didn't like it.
If you're bringing air conditioners, that's one thing.
Air conditioning and sit-down toilets, yes. Although I'll tell you what, you've never experienced a great poop unless you did the Asian squat. That clears you right out. Yeah.
I'm sure you're so dehydrated, nothing comes out.
Well, that's on you.
Hopefully not.
Water is everywhere. If you're dehydrating yourself, that's on you, man.
Well, we just dissed them. He tried to,
jump, though.
I love that he's trying to trigger Rambo. Rambo's like, "You're an idiot. You're gonna die first."
No, I think this guy actually lives, doesn't he?
Not right away. If I remember correctly, I think he gets sniped or shot.
Yeah, we'll see. He's pissing off Rambo. Yeah, just have that's the whole thing. I don't know. Somebody who can deliver doesn't have to say they could deliver. They just do it.
If I recall correctly, Rambo's the only one that survives this whole entire thing.
Well, I think the purpose of the scene was obviously just to give a worldview and some different cultures, and the fact that Rambo doesn't do everything himself, and I think that's realistic for his age and everything else too. So I like what's happening here. It seems very realistic. Like, wow, this really would happen. It would happen this way. That's what I think Stallone's really good at doing. You know.
I mean, you see how cocky those mercenaries are. I think how badass they are, and like they probably never like served, or maybe they did serve, and they weren't in the crap that he was in.
Yeah, different worldview too. Exactly.
So he was in Vietnam. He's used to all that crap. You know, it was much worse. Some people say like they were in Afghanistan, Iraq. Different world. Different.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, war's war, but different. Yeah.
You know, my dad put an end to that kind of stuff. I talked to him, and we were talking about Grenada. You know, we actually had a little war with Grenada that lasted a week and a half. And he's and I kind of giggled at it, and he says, "Imagine a week of people shooting at you." You know, he says, "War is war. It's an unpleasant business, no matter where you are." The Asian didn't like that at all.
I think Rambo has the grenade tip arrows in this one too.
Oh yeah, he's got the full-on Rambo arsenal in this. Yeah. He made sure of it. He even gave himself the big knife. The knife has to come along. The knife is a Rambo trademark.
Yep.
The knife and the headband after the second movie. Wait, was he wearing a headband in the first one?
Don't think so.
No.
Yeah, I thought that was
He came back and he just had normal hair.
Yeah.
Second one, he went back. That's when he took the girl's skirt.
Do we get to win this time?
Yeah.
Hidden caches throughout the world.
He also had a bandana in the third one too.
Yeah.
Obviously, he got rid of that bandana, so he forgot about that chick.
Well, one thing about this movie too, it'd been so long since the other movie came out. You could still watch this movie without knowing the other ones, and it would be fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. It showed you a great starting point. Oh man, that's gross. Yeah, it's got to stink real bad. It's been a week.
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
Disease just floating in the air.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how 9/11 was when the towers fell. Oh, that's crap. You can smell it.
Brains blown out.
It's the sound. I don't know about you guys. I've got the headphones on, so I'm getting the flies kind of spinning around my head right now. Yeah. Second of all, stop smoking because that creates, you're in the freaking jungle. It's clean air. I mean, other than the smell of the dead at this point. But point being is you don't want to be smoking in the jungle. That stuff travels. Second of all, quit freaking yapping like it's tea time.
See, I would have just like finished a cigarette. I'm wasting a cigarette. What's the point of lighting it? I'm just gonna throw it away. Well, they're betting. Yeah, sick.
And they throw the mines in there. That is something to watch. That I mean,
no,
you would have to. You would have to stop it, man. I don't know if I could just watch it go on.
Yeah.
Unless I knew I was there to save a ton of more people, and maybe. But
go back again.
It's all fun and games until somebody gets hurt. They all made it. That's the irony of it.
Yep. Yeah, they're doing that race thing again where they're going back and forth for you. For those of you, of course, we have to describe a little bit. But
Rambo.
Oh, Rambo decided it's time to kill some people.
These fucking arrows.
Bow and arrow style.
Know, right?
Holy Toledo. Oh my gosh. Like I said, they treat Rambo like Jason in this film.
Right through the head.
And onto a mine. Holy Toledo. That. Yikes.
The guy's going, what did you do that for? Well, it's gone.
Now, here's the thing. If they shoot him, that arrow's released, and that boy dies no matter what. The one person who's sure to die is that Englishman right now.
Oh, my finger slipped. Oh.
I like that.
And Brewer, 200 pounds of pressure on that bow, so it takes a lot of strength to hold it back.
Yep.
He's even got the little fins on the side, on the end. Oh, that's awesome. Now, this is like a mini game, retrieve your arrows.
Yeah, let's not do that in the mine-filled waters there. I'll give up a couple of arrows.
I love that in The Walking Dead when Daryl kills him with the crossbow. He goes and retrieves the arrow right away.
Yeah, well, he's got a limited amount.
I know.
Without any arrow makers around, although, I'm sure he could make his own because he's using crossbow bolts instead of arrows. So that's a little bit different. There was a couple of episodes there where we picked one up and it was all used up and broken.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I have seen a couple of these dance scenes that we're going to be showing. Saw one that was religious, and of course they weren't getting naked. And then I saw one that was for entertainment, and then I actually saw one that was supposed to be bar girls. But these things do happen quite a lot.
He's got the nice sniper rifle with his muzzler.
Yeah, we are right now at the 57-minute mark. You got a feeling too that the team that's with them, they're competent guys. They know what the hell they're doing now. They're going to act as a team. There's not a goofball among them or anything. So you're like, man, this is shaping up to be a really good confrontation as we get going here into the third act.
Here's something. This is about as long as the second one, and the second one has a ton of action. However, I do agree with you. This one doesn't feel like there's been the slowdown.
No.
That the second one has. Now, we'll see if it happens later, but yeah, so far it's really been briskly paced. It's all very well acted also from everyone.
Second.
It says Splinter Cell starring John Rambo.
Right.
Stealth kill.
It's like Call of Duty, man.
Yeah. I know Call of Duty's all about shooting. At this point, you don't want a lot of shooting. You want to be able to kill as many people stealthily as possible. Get in, get out, get the person you came to save, and then leave.
These are the girls that are forced, right?
Yeah, they do not want to be there.
Conscripted would be the real term, although I'm sure there's a nice SJW type term for them now. Sounds silly, but Rambo really sells that role there.
Oh, Colton, where were you? We were expecting you to show up earlier. Yeah, there's no life to this dance. Usually there's a little bit of energy. The hands are a little higher, but you know.
Well, you got to keep your killers well fed, at least a little bit, and well satiated. Drunk helps.
Yep.
We need TJ Hooker, and we need to get the scum off the streets of Burma.
I mean,
I
don't think these guys care at all. They're drunk. They're gonna have their way.
Exactly.
And that's
if TJ Hooker was involved in this, you'd have Adrian's Med being forced up there to dance too. With his papaya juice hanging out. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if they really want to make it graphic, they would have had Julie Benz being attacked.
That is disgusting.
It's absolutely disgusting.
Oh, they're cannibalisms.
They eat anything.
Yeah, they decided to feed one of the hostages to the pigs.
Oh.
Yep. And there's always one drunk bastard that's got to end the party. Aren't I cool? I hit a woman.
There must have been a non-alcoholic drink because it didn't catch fire.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe just water.
It's Singa beer. Not very good. It's over for them.
All right.
Everybody's got their role. You get the chance to see everybody do their own little thing. I mean, it's smartly divvied out.
Yeah, it is good to see that, they're not, just rushing in guns a-blazing, and, that's Rambo 2.
Well, we'll see if they do the same thing with the music here. They've upped it up to the drum beat, and then they went a little darker when the action started, so I wonder if they'll repeat that again.
Yeah.
Is that a dead soldier in that thing? Or you think it's a dead prisoner?
The girl.
Oh.
Yeah, he's checking on his prize. He's checking on his white girl that he caught. We need TJ Hooker. It's it's something, and I'm telling you, he didn't use her for relaxation, so to speak. That's what these girls are for.
Yeah.
I mean, that's horrible.
Yeah,
That's how these things go. Except for in the hood, it's considered cool if you let a lot of guys do it to you and you film it and you Snapchat it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's true. That's how they get their attention. Allegedly.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. These days, kids today, what are you gonna do? Oh, the dictator has different tastes.
Yeah, we saw that earlier when he was doing a little butt inspecting, I thought.
Oh, Rambo's getting mad. He sees that the general, the little dictator guy, is going after a child.
Oh man.
Oh,
That is so disgusting. That was
I know.
awful.
First kill in the village there.
Joe. You guys have seen hogs in person like that. Those things get like 600 pounds. Those things get
They're
massive.
huge.
Yeah, they're nothing to mess with. Yeah, here's that tempo shift that was referenced earlier.
Yep.
In the music.
So you know shit's about to get down. Dun 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 dun. Oh, I love the way the bullets are making them fly back. There's actual, it's not just the squib going off.
Yeah.
Because this thing would remove your head.
Remember, those guns are still loud.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Well, they're doing movie guns. So
I know.
Pew, pew, rather than this movie can't be made today, says Ed Brewer. Probably not. Too much violence towards women.
Well, we'll see.
They would literally ignore all the violence that's going on towards men and just point out the violence towards women in this.
We'll see how Rambo 4 is, or Rambo 5, I should say.
It's a rave!
Yep.
Yeah, because there's nothing like having a raging case of whiskey dick and you try to rape somebody to ensure maximum performance.
Right?
What the fuck are they? He's like, let's go. He's like, you leave. And because Rambo saw one of the soldiers take the white girl into his hut. And Rambo told him to leave. Now, he's not wrong. The plan was 15 minutes in and out. So, okay, he's just abiding by the plan, the Englishman.
With his hands.
Hands. Oh, ripping the guy's throat out to save the girl, lifting him up in the air the whole 9 yards.
Oh, my God, it's brutal. Oh, my God. Yeah, it looked like he made a machete when he got rid of the knife.
Well, now he's going to go after those other girls, maybe? Or is he going to leave them?
Like I said, they should just, they could do in the perspective of the soldiers, he could become Jason and it would still be the same movie.
Yep. We'll see how
Oh, great. I love that. instead of crossing the bridge, they went under it to avoid being seen. Smart moves.
Well, they showed the scene earlier with him going under, so now they showed you the path that they were going to take on the way out.
Mhm.
So you're familiar with it already.
See, it really helps that those guys lit the smoke bomb, and then they have the fact that it's raining.
Yep.
It covers their tracks.
What's the over/under you think for the?
Vegas? Is that the smart money, Ed? I would have to go over if it's only 7.5, even though it's 2019.
Dude. Oh, it did take the top of his head off. That,
Yeah,
that
the guy
sniper
help
rifle.
him.
Damn.
I wonder if it would help with the bullets or play 50 cals.
I don't know. I don't know my guns or whatever, but I thought that'd probably be like a.
That's a pretty big muzzle on that thing. So
That's just a suppressor, though, right? I mean, so.
Yeah.
306, maybe. I don't know.
maybe a 308. 308 makes a big hole in your head too.
So we're at the 108 mark. They just extracted the hostages from the village, and the little dictator general just kicked his boy toy out, and he's about to realize that his prize is not in its cage.
Well, the boy's walking normal.
Yeah, Asian.
Well, I mean, maybe.
Maybe he did something else. You don't know. Either way, the guy's a piece of POS. Yeah, this movie shows you there's two types of people: people who believe, you kill, or the people I heard are pacifists who don't want to kill.
So the working title of this movie was Rambo to Hell and Back.
Sounds about right.
I think they made the right choice, just Rambo.
Facts don't care about feelings.
Well, it's really more an awareness of how the world works. She's young and naive and idealistic, and he's been through a lot of pain, so he's learned to survive it and accept it, even though it's painful. So it's pretty interesting because, again, it's complete neutral, it seems like, through here, other than, you still have to be who you are, which they both are in a sense. Same thing with the general here. So nothing really, I think, happens in the movie like that solves anything. I think he just presents it in an up-to-date manner, and that's, I think, the good, smart part about it. He doesn't, Stallone and who I'm talking about, appear too biased about it, but it just shows you how horrible war is.
Dude, I love the fact that they have all these soldiers just for Rambo to kill.
Yep.
It's like, this is like Commando, but like better.
Yeah, these rich white girl types want to make a difference in the world. Go run off and do something and say they made a difference. No, the only person you made a difference to is yourself because you're so friggin' egocentric. It's disgusting. All this fake idealistic charity that's out there. I mean, it's
like I said, the couple who wanted to show the world that the Muslim nations were friendly and peaceful to all people end up getting themselves killed. The people who wanted to show how beautiful a country like Iran was, they bring a drone and they get arrested. No. Believe the hype.
Yep. And the thing is, the only way to stop this stuff is it's for us, for what they say, for violence to occur is for good men to sit down and do nothing, or until evil took over.
Yeah, and this is kind of good too. This guy is a douchebag dude, bro. He's recognizing the situation on the guy that's kind of the asshole, and he gets a chance to be who he is.
Yep.
Well, and the one thing they have is they're soldiers versus a bunch of conscripted kids from different villages with
Street
guns.
dogs, basically. Yeah, exactly.
So they're trained. They know what to do. The other ones are just going to run up and start shooting.
And
Not the still shit odds, and you don't want to be in that particular situation, but because that's 100 people's worth of bullets flying at you. But it does give some sort of chance.
On the record, Edward Burr is asking who is better, Sly or Arnie. I'll say Sly. As far as his Rambo character.
Just in general, I'll take Sly over Arnie any day.
Yikes. I may be the dissenter in this particular group. I would have to go for a movie by movie thing.
Well, I'm saying this movie over Commando. Yes.
Well, this movie, but this isn't the movie that you would compare.
Yeah.
Commando was the second big studio film from Arnold Schwarzenegger. So what was Sylvester Stallone's second big studio film?
It's just like
That'd be Rocky.
I'm thinking of Universal Soldier. Run!
Rocky was the first one. It might be Rocky 2, which Sly wins that. Yeah,
movie or whatever. Or actually, the other one too, Lords of Flatbush. So
yeah.
We're at the 114-minute mark here. Hounds are scenting.
Fist was his second movie, so Commando wins over Fist. And this is just gearing up. This is the A-Team scene of Rambo movies. Everybody's go, oh, we got to get to him. Oh, let's deploy every man.
Well, one of the things we talked about with the 80s films is, with the 3 acts, you get a little bit of something in each, something you get in each act is just a little bit bigger. And that's definitely what happens here. And I think it's true. You could have this movie be 90 minutes of him kicking ass and killing people, but you don't. Involves everybody. They get their moment to shine, but he gets the big grand finale. And this is what we used to talk about with Chuck Norris with the roundhouse kick.
Yeah.
So he's putting out some claymores.
Yep.
One thing you don't want to do is you don't want to cover the claymores firing. I mean, it's going to blow the shit out of everything, but you want maximum.
Do you see that? He put her bloody rag.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So he puts it in his path. The dogs lead him right down to where they need to go.
Poor dog. Oh, look at that.
The dog smelled the explosives. Good doggy.
Well, it's the bomb on the bomb.
Yeah, I know, right? That's your napalm.
What they passed by earlier that was dropped in World War II.
Oh my gosh.
Fun times. Big explosion. Holy Toledo, what was in that?
From the splinters. See, that was Easy Company World War II.
No, that's not digital at all, is that?
Well,
but like you're
yeah, that was a CG cloud.
Yeah. But that's your Easy Company World War II. When they got the bombs go up, they get the wood splinters everywhere.
Vote a top 10 and put them head to head.
Well, just in general, I prefer Sly's movies. I like Arnie a lot. I don't hate him at all. Conan, I think, is a fantastic film. I think it's one of his best. I like him a lot. I think prefer Sly's.
Arnold is more like campy.
Well, I don't think there's a wrong answer on this one.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I say Sly.
I prefer Arnold.
For serious?
I think he started off strong, but I also think his movies just got better. I mean, starts with Conan, but as far as his action movies are concerned, he also had Terminator 2 and True Lies, which is amazing.
He's gonna go high.
But I'll tell you what, I think that Arnie is actually the better actor. I mean, not Arnie, but Sly is the better actor.
No, without question.
Yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger doesn't have a Rocky or a Copland or a Rocky Balboa. But that could just be because, you know, I mean, Arnold's speaking a second language. That drew blood.
If he just killed the main guy, he wouldn't have to worry about the guy in 50 cal because they'd probably be like this leaderless.
Yep. And right now they're just beating a whole bunch of hostages, the people that just got rescued. It's the 1:18:37 mark.
She's gonna.
You can engage.
Either Rambo's gonna show up or she's gonna grab the gun. There he goes.
It's like the Terminator. Oh, takes the head off. I love that shit. He just 50 cals the driver in the mush. Look at all that meat on the freaking guard there. Oh my God. This is what I was watching. I was like, this is not Rambo. This is not cartoon.
Oh.
2 and 1. Oh my Lord in heaven.
Oh man. Oh.
Extreme.
It's extreme.
Yeah, it's score 1 for the English guy.
Right?
Yeah. And this is, yeah, hey, look, they would probably lose in real life, but this is what you would get if you put guns in the hands of trained soldiers versus a whole bunch of kids that were conscripted.
Yep.
That's where you hear like the stories of like 300 where a handful of men fight off this incredibly huge army. Oh, I like that. Use the body as cover. I was about to say it has to run out of ammunition at some point.
Right? Oh. Oh man.
Oh, took out the Asian guy.
The only Asian guy on their team.
And here's the guy who was all about peace about to take somebody out.
Well,
which kind of like what Rambo was saying, killing is easy. And if you have to do it, you do it.
you have to make a decision. Do you want to live or do you want to die?
Let me think about that.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
And there's the Karen rebels coming in to help him out.
Yeah, and this was one of the most graphic scenes I just remember here, seeing the way the bullets were going through the bodies, and it just nonstop. I mean, it blew me away.
Yeah, he just didn't want. That's what I'm thinking. He didn't want the cartoonish violence of the second and third movie, because the third one became ridiculous. There was a point where it's just him standing up against a helicopter and a whole bunch of tanks in the desert.
This is like fish in a barrel.
Yeah, when I think of like gun violence, and maybe not sounds, but just the way it looks, this movie just had went to #1 on my list, and had always been there since I saw it because of the scene.
Oh man, there goes their bullet. Oh.
Arnie slides like hell no.
50 cal versus 50 cal. Oh man.
Damn.
Man. Jeez. Oh.
Dude.
I know.
A lot of headshots, a lot of god dang. Holy Toledo. Boats blowing up, heads blowing up, bodies blowing up.
That guy's might explode from all the explosions. You know, that's never get ahead in life.
And then you got this.
And that he was able to save a lot of money going overseas, and that's where, of course, a lot of these people do it. Oh, here's the final.
I know, and I'm glad. I like the fact that they don't do some sort of fight, because no way it would be realistic.
Oh, there goes his lunch. Literally.
Guts just fell out. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
No.
And the sad thing is the next guy would just take over.
And guy's like, nope.
Now that I go through it, Sly's best movies are better than Arnie's best movies. Sly for the win, says Ed Brewer. The audio issues from the guns to the dialogue is also extreme. The sound of the bullets, the sound of the guns firing and everything really is on this one. No suffering. He got off easy. I think his shoulder would have been gone. I mean, He was being shot with the same size bullets that people were shooting. He was shooting people with.
Did it graze him? Or did it go through?
I guess it grazed him, but that would still take off a big ass chunk of meat.
All the AKs just randomly sitting there.
Yeah.
See, they're husband and wife.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought they were just.
I think they are. That's the whole thing. That's why he was so jealous.
And Rambo's like, well, she ain't going home with me.
But they don't have rings on, though. So maybe
no, I don't think they are. I really don't.
Are this boyfriend and girlfriend, maybe?
No, he's the head of the place. He's the guy in charge of that religious group.
Because there's no booty call in this with Rambo.
Nothing.
And she's like, oh, crap.
Just a freaking incredible movie this is.
Right? The guy's dead.
All to save her.
Yep.
This little white princess. Come on. See what all kind of misery you caused. It's all damn women's fault.
This guy's like, yeah, I'm never pissing off this guy again.
Well, the bald dude had something to do with it, too.
Yeah.
But he did want to turn back. It was the woman who talked him into going.
Stir up all the damn trouble in this world. I'm trolling, but in all seriousness, the good thing about this movie is, like I say, it doesn't really you could say it cheats in that it doesn't take a stand on one particular side, one way or the other. And I could say that's an interesting argument because I prefer it on the Extreme movie show for movies to do that. In this case here, I like the fact that he's just presenting this vision of the way war is in today's terms, rather than 40 years ago when he did Rambo and it was about PTSD or whatever.
There he is.
Well, yeah, it takes a stand as in the Burmese dictators are bad. It takes a stand as in as far as that's concerned, but he says the violence just is, when you have to do it, you will do it. That kind of thing. What it doesn't take a stand on is violence bad? Is violence good? It just is.
Oh, he's John Rambo, so we don't know who R is, so maybe that's his father. And this is where I think obviously is going to be the scene of Last Blood.
Yeah. If it takes off from this, or it could take a couple years, where he settled in.
I think that'll be the case because he'll have developed a relationship with, I think, the farmhand or something on there, the girl that gets taken in the next movie.
His niece.
Well, I'm going to go in the afternoon to the earliest showing on probably Friday to see Rambo, and I'll have a review up as quickly as possible. I'll do one of my Disney reviews or my ride home reviews that I've done before.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll definitely have that up.
I'll go there today too because that's when all the kids are in school.
The only thing I'm going to say about Last Blood is that whatever happens. I'm just going to assume that Rambo does not die in the movie. Not that they're going to leave it up for another one. Yeah. I don't think obviously he'll make another one, but I just assume he won't.
This is the novel. Did you guys ever read the books?
Nope.
No, I've never read. Yes, long time ago though. Yeah. Long time ago. I so long ago I couldn't tell you about it. It's not like I could say.
Matthew Marsden was a schoolboy. That's what it was.
So, all
right.
Thoughts on this?
Man,
the goods, the bad. What do you think?
This makes number 2 look like a joke.
Say again.
Yeah.
Number 2 was corny. The first one is like, this is like a number 1, and then you go and you watch First Blood.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right. You don't need. Even though they show scenes from second and third, and I do like the second one. I really do like the second one. It is not necessary. You could go from the first to this one and get a complete story. You could get everything you need. You'd keep the serious tone. They're both, in my opinion, they're both the same caliber film. But here's a question: which one do you hold as first place, and which one do you hold as second? I'm just assuming of the Rambos, this is either first or second.
Well, for different things. The first one is a hit. It's always going to be all of it. This one's more action. So,
okay.
All of this, so.
What about you, Rob? What do you do? First Blood or Rambo?
Well, the first one's the best. This one's really good. The first one's the only one you really need. The second one's obviously 80s vibe. My dog's here roaming loose on the Pine Hills Palace. The German Shepherds, Daisy and Max, are going ballistic. I'm not sure what's up, but obviously they would let me know and treat any invaders like Rambo did these bad dudes, because it really wasn't about Burma. It was just about, like you said, pointing out just how nothing really matters when it gets into war. So great film, very underrated film, a film that honestly was not talked about a lot when it came out. It was like, oh, he's doing it, he got pumped for HGH, but he looks decent. That's all people really said, but I just still cannot to this day get over how realistic this violence was in it. It's fantastic.
If anything, I remember this getting flack because people said it was all about violence.
It is about violence, but it's not celebrating violence.
Right. It's the movie's fantastic, not because the violence was done well, even though it was. It's the fact that he's not afraid to show it to you and how it takes place.
1 is the best, 2 is the most quotable, 3 is the worst, but still good, says Eric Brewer, who also Ed Brewer asked about the box office. The first movie First Blood was made for $15 million. It grossed $47 million in 1982. So of course there would be adjusted.
Rambo 3 was early 90s.
This movie was made for $50 million and it grossed only $42 million in the United States.
Wow.
So in the worldwide gross was 113 million. So it probably was a bomb even worldwide. So
It's just dumb.
That's amazing to me. That it only did, because its opening weekend was 18 million and it only grossed 42 after that. That's not
more than double. That's not bad. It's not great.
Yeah, but it's not one, it's not enough, of course, to get the budget back. But two, it's only a 2.5.
Dude, I love this shot. You can still see him walking.
This had no legs whatsoever. It's amazing. I loved it.
Well, people probably wrote it off because he's an older. How many people didn't watch it? It's probably because it's an old Rambo goal.
Well, my thing, I think they figured the same way we were talking about it. It's Sylvester Stallone going back to the well.
Yeah.
You know, the last Rambo movies were ridiculous. How are we not supposed to think that this one's going to be ridiculous? So I think it had a lot of stuff to overcome to be anything, tell you the truth.
I'm just looking at all the people that are in the credits. Crew stuff, they're all, none of them are like American.
Yeah, you got like Kidawat and Sambun Kenak, and yeah,
there was Poopan before.
Ghana Boon Manoy.
Boon Chab Nan Teton.
Boon Bontai.
Prayut.
Tien Chai. I am surprised there's a lot of R's there because there's no R sound. So that's kind of funny. Oh, and here's one last guy named O.
I saw that. It says K.
What gets me is there's 139 minutes to the runtime, and we're at 134. We got 5 more minutes of credits on this thing. That's what gets me. Holy Toledo. A lot of people worked on this movie.
Where the guy's name O, you look like 5 names ahead above him. It said K.
Yeah.
Put them together. Okay. It's funny.
Something. You know, Snake Wrangler, Verot Tavipan. Good on him, man.
Right.
All those, all those.
Let me get back to the Los Angeles, the acting coaches and.
Well, that gave it a layer of authenticity. The fact not just because they shot it on there, but they involved a lot of the local people, and so that was a fantastic bit on his part. I think sometimes we lose in there not just the money purpose or why somebody gets a movie made, but for this you go, wow, the timing of it was kind of interesting to me because it's like this was a time when people were like, oh gosh, that's so gross. That movie's so violent. It's so 80s, and 80s. We said. Really cartoonish violence, and this is really gritty, and I was really shocked by it. I mean, this is a pretty powerful film.
Did you see that there's a security driver to Mr. Stallone in the credits? I never noticed.
I'm not watching the credits now.
Oh, you're not?
Who was it?
So I've got a picture of me surrounded by Thai cops and a couple of Thai soldiers, and I dwarf them in every way. I'm taller, I'm bigger. And then I walk into an airport and there's a Thai soldier and he's about the same height. And the man looks about as built as Sly Stallone in this movie. I was like, dang, they need more of you in the freaking police force. Because I just asked, I wanted to get a picture of them because they were all in the uniforms and everything. And they said, yeah, sure, fine. They thought it was really cool.
Royal Thai Embassy in London. Those are the people are thanking. It's all Thailand stuff.
Yeah. And the thing is I was looking at them, I was going, it would take all of them. If I went crazy, if I decided I was going to be violent, I would have taken all of them to subdue me. And I'm not a tough guy.
Dude, they have the theme for the First Blood here. I forgot about that.
Yeah, it sounded like it started at the beginning, too.
Yeah.
So.
That was the first song. So this is 2007. All right.
No, it's a good film. Yeah, I would definitely put this at the I would put this as.
Yeah, I remember this is at.
This is my second favorite. I still got to put First Blood.
This was Bush's last term. That's when this came out. Yeah.
So for 7:00 Eastern Tuesday night, we're going to work through our OBS issues apparently and take a crack at another hype show before our Top 10 Tuesday. Top 10 Tuesday is 1993, I believe.
Yeah, we're doing 1993. Good movie. Good year for movies.
We'll be doing a I hesitate to call it a science fiction film, but more of a horror film. John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness with Sam Neill from 1994, and it looks got the H.P. Lovecraft vibe to it. So we'll be looking at that.
Alrighty. So before we go, any predictions for Last Blood? We're being asked by Ed Brewer. We're gonna go through the three of us, and what do you think? Any predictions for Last Blood? You made one, Rob, with thinking that they're not going to.
Well, that's my hope. It wasn't
Yeah.
a prediction so much. I was really honestly hoping when I heard this movie come out that it was going to be a lot like this film and just as equally violent and disgusting. But since I haven't heard anything about it yet, I suspect it's not going to be. I just hope he doesn't dial it down. He's old enough. He's got tons of money. He can do what the hell he wants. He's in charge. Stallone is. So to me, let's see what he does. I'm just hoping for another one like this.
What about you, Venkman?
I'm hoping they don't kill him at the end. You know, just to put a final nail in the coffin.
But do you have anything that you think will happen?
This movie, well, it's from what I know from little of the plot, he's supposed to his niece gets kidnapped by these gangs, or I don't know if they're like cartel or what. But I think it's going to be controversial.
This year's the drone. Maybe it's an Angel's Fallen. Maybe they'll have a drone in here. That'll be my prediction. I don't know that, but why not? That'd be kind of cool.
Okay, my worry is this: we're not getting a lot of previews. We're not getting a lot of trailers. YouTube should be showing this all over the place. So I am worried about this movie, if it's going to be good or not. My prediction is Rambo will either be dead or in jail by the end of this.
In jail would be a great ending, actually.
Yeah,
I agree with you on that. Holy crap! I didn't think of that.
Yeah, because of the damage he would do, you know, in protecting his family. So there you go. I don't see a John Wick body count, more story driven, I think, says Ed, and that would be nice. I would rather. I mean, I like John Wick movies, but I would like to see more story driven. I think that is what makes the Rambo films, the good Rambo movies, better. Right. And definitely better than the bad Rambo movies, which there's one, in all honesty. I do enjoy the second film. It's just that there is definitely a quality difference. Anyway, Ed and the others who are watching, thank you very much for joining us. Venkman, thanks for jumping on here. And Rob, I know you dig on the Rambo and the Sly movies. I would like to do Legend of the Drunken Master next week now that we've got it all pumped up.
I don't really.
Oh, really?
I would,
okay, so Venkman's going to bow out next week.
No. I think I really want to do it. I'm going to bow out.
Okay. But yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll make sure everybody's on board for whatever movie we do next week. And we'll keep you guys posted. And as always, thank you very, very much for watching. And stay extreme. Extreme.